It's actually a new policy that Facebook is kicking around. Right now, technically, you have to be 13 years or older to be on Facebook.
Oh, please.
Yes, there are millions of kids younger than 13 who are on Facebook against policy. Facebook has recognized this. They're developing a technology, I believe, that will allow kids younger than 13 to get on Facebook, but I think their parents have to be involved. So they're recognizing that this is happening anyway. They want to address it.
All right, psychologist Dr. Jeff Gardier and social media expert Chris Dessi are here. Plus, we have an expert, Aaron, 13 years old. How long have you been on Facebook now?
About a year now.
A year.
So you waited until you were 13 to get on Facebook.
Yes.
But do you know other kids who are not yet 13 and are already on the Facebook?
I do know many kids who are definitely under 13.
Name names.
No, no.
No, your little brother. How old is he?
Yes, he is 11 years old.
Does your mom know that he's on Facebook?
Yes.
Is she monitoring that page?
No.
Listen, Chris.
Wow.
Your mom is
She's on
failing.
live
Listen,
television.
wait, in your mom's defense, Mom, I will tell you the same thing. My son got on Facebook, went under an alias name. It was very difficult for me, who's not completely tech savvy, to keep an eye on what he was doing. Dr. Jeff Gardier, it's happening.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even I, as a parent and as a psychologist, I give the advice parents should monitor what their kids are doing. But the fact is, we really don't have the time. So I think this is a good thing that we're getting parents involved very early on, because it's more training, better training for the parents to be more involved with their kids and train their kids very early on as to what happens.
Chris Dessi is a social media expert. He does this stuff for a living. Chris, tell us, what is Facebook actually doing here?
Well, Facebook is addressing something that's already happening, right? So we mentioned it a little bit earlier. There's close to 8 million kids, apparently, based on studies, that are already on Facebook. So it's not something, Facebook is getting a lot of backlash from this because, as you mentioned earlier, the stock isn't doing so great. And initially, people are saying, hey, they're just doing this for the revenue. They want a new revenue stream and they want to have access to these kids. That's not necessarily the case. It's kind of like take a minute and step back. They've been working on this for over a year because they're addressing this issue. Initially, they didn't have kids online under 13 because there were government regulations that they just said, listen, we're not going to deal with it. And this is more in terms of giving the tools to the parents, appropriate tools to the parents, so that they can say, listen, we're going to allow kids. It's going to be in an insulated environment.
How are they going to police
it?
If they couldn't police
difficult.
it before, they're going to police it now.
Tough.
I can't get my Facebook page down. A million times I've tried to take it down.
Well, but I think this is really the good thing here in getting parents involved early. Again, I want to reiterate this. It's not about parents monitoring all the time, but getting them into the habit of being with their kids on Facebook, because they really can't look at what kids are doing all the time. So just getting that habit of being with your kid and training your child very early on, because he's going to do whatever the heck he wants to do, right?
Aaron, it was easy to set up your Facebook account, right? It's not like you had to go get a fake ID. You just clicked a couple of boxes.
Yeah, and it's a very easy thing, and I have many friends on Facebook who, like, every week I look on and it tells me that their birthday's this week.
And how old are they?
That they're 26, they're 42, 19, and it's not right.
Well, there's a sense out there, encouraged in large part by Rosanna, that all kids are up to no good on the internet. What do you and your friends do on Facebook?
Me personally, I'm not really on Facebook
He's an
that
angel.
much.
He's an angel.
Not that much?
All right, but some
Not
of your
that
friends,
much, but
what are they
a lot of
doing?
my friends, they just like post pictures and post videos and comment on it.
The same thing we all do.
Yeah, it's nothing really bad, but a big problem that lots of kids are having is cyberbullying. And when kids are posting something on Facebook or posting a picture that kids don't want on Facebook, and once it's on Facebook, kids could take a screenshot of it, take a picture of it, and then it's everywhere, and maybe this kid feels insecure about something.
A lot of times kids are putting themselves at risk, because then we see the opposite. We see much older people now saying that they're 15 or 16. In fact, they may be in their 30s or 40s, and that's where the predators come in. So that's why it's important to have parents involved as early as possible. Even for kids who are 13 or 14, I'd love to see parents once in a while sit in and see what's going on.
You know, the problem is sometimes you don't know your kids are on it, so you can't friend them.
That's
if you
right.
know they're on it, you can friend them.
Right.
And then, like I said, I have a group of my son's kids' ages because they're going into colleges. They change their names.
Yeah.
So their kid's name is not what you think it is, it's something
right,
else. So
right.
you really have to be like a detective.
It's almost as if, though, I think Facebook has a really great opportunity here. If they create the appropriate environment and they help educate families in general and trust the families. I was talking to his mother earlier. She said, listen, I've taught my kids everything I can teach them. I trust them and allow them to be able to go out and monitor themselves and monitor what's happening within
That's
Facebook
right. It's
as
the
well.
early inoculation of knowledge and trust and so on, because they're going to go out on their own and do their thing. So try to get them early, teach them good habits on the internet, and that's all we can hope for.
Aaron mentioning cyberbullying, though, the idea that it could happen younger than 8th grade or 7th grade, first, second, third grade, that's troubling.
And it does happen.
Yeah.
Aaron, last comments on Facebook. You think it's a good idea with this new policy?
The new policy of bringing it to little kids.
Younger kids.
I actually,
Parents.
I don't really agree with it, because with little kids under 13 years old, what they're going to be doing on Facebook is talking to their friends, I guess, but their friends would mostly be school friends or friends that maybe live somewhere else, and I just don't think it's necessary to only use Facebook just for that communication and to post pictures, and once it's on Facebook, it's on Facebook. And
Aaron, you don't pick up the phone and call your friends anymore, right?
I text, there's AIM, there's also Instagram now, where you post pictures and share.
That's
These
right,
kids
the
do
expert.
not know what a phone is.
Let me tell you,
yeah.
his mama trained him well. You see what he's saying? He's got a bunch of kids waiting outside for him right now, the little kids.
Aaron.
They're going to get you, Aaron.
What do you want to be after you're president of the United States? I just kidding. We'll see what happens.
He wants to be reelected.
Thanks so much for coming in. Chris Dessi, social media expert. Dr. Jeff Gardier, always a
Always
pleasure.
a pleasure.
All right,
Thanks,
the
guys.
conversation continues online. Go to our Facebook page, Good Day New York, and let us know what you think.